In 2008, my dad was dying of Lou Gehrig's disease, and I was in a position in my home where I hadn't had rent for over 2 months, and my landlord told me that I had 4 days to get $1,000 in his hand, or me and my family could hit the streets. I was distraught. My dad was on his deathbed. He ended up dying 8 days later. And I lost it. I was popping a bunch of Xanax, and I took a gun that I borrowed from a friend, and I ended up with 3 armed robberies and an armed home invasion, trying to get that money. There's no excuse for what I did, but I found myself the next day distraught in a jail cell, suicidal, very suicidal, and they put me in a cell with no clothes, nothing but my thoughts. And I tried to kill myself in that cell. I tried to drown myself in the toilet. I tried to run across the room and bang my head against the wall to break my own neck. On the 3rd day of that cell, there was another inmate cleaning, and he came to the window of that cell and said, "If I were you, I'd talk to God. I saw you in the newspapers." And I was like, yeah, whatever. I start pacing the cell, cussing God, and just asking him, if you're real, how could this happen? Why did you let this happen? And like drops of rain, answers came. And I went from an utter torment, and I'm not just talking about a mental torment, I'm also talking about a chemical torment, because I was detoxing off Xanax. I went from an utter torment to an instant, impossible peace. I fell to my knees and I gave my life to Christ. And I told God that wherever He sent me, whatever I had to do, if I got life in prison, I would preach His gospel. And I dug into His word, and that's exactly what I did. And since I gave my life to Christ, I spent 11 years in prison, but the whole time I preached the word of God. I taught Bible studies. I was able to minister to inmates, staff, officers. Whenever I got out of prison, the Lord blessed me with a wife, and now I have a kid on the way. That was 18 years ago that I was in that cell. And the Lord took an impossible situation and brought me purpose and hope. And He can do the same to you. It says, all that call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. His name's Jesus. God bless you.